alongside Christophe Lemaison in midfield. He is one of the competition's leading point scorers. Up front, they have plenty of runners in Casadei, Travers, Van der Linden and Mania, the side led by fiery scrum half Philippe Carbonneau. Pontypridd, led by Neil Jenkins, have been decimated by exclusions and injuries. The absence of McIntosh, John and Barnard well documented. Gareth Wyatt continues to deputise at full-back, with Phil Ford and Geraint Lewis on the wings. Steele Lewis and David James the preferred centre combination. Stuart Roy's strained hamstring means the old firm Prosser and Rowley are in the second row, and Matthew Lloyd takes over from the Chief at number 8. The kick-off from Christophe Lemaison. The match to decide who will go through to the quarter-final, and immediately that's a mistake from Lemaison, giving Ponty the advantage of a scrum back in midfield, and definitely not the start that Brive would have wanted.
Yes, we now want a rock-solid scrum from Pontypridd for the first scrimmage.
That scrum is solid, and the back row take it on over halfway, but crashing into their own men, and Brive quickly take it away, but a loose pass from Travers, the hooker. It's Lemaison who picks it up to try and set it up. Again, a turnover, a very ragged start from both sides. It's Neelainen and Spiller with the cleaning up work. Now then, men spare on the left for Pontypridd. Steele Lewis with the kick ahead, and Sebastian Viaz, who's without the scrum cap today, won't outflank David James, but has plenty of support. Penaud meant for Carat, but the winger, no way he's going to catch that, and it went forward anyway, so they'll have to come back for a scrum. Matthew Lloyd again with a pick up to the blind side. Just dummies back inside. John Jenkins back inside again to Jonathan Evans, the hooker. Good close work by Pontypridd. And again it's there perfectly for Paul John. Steele Lewis takes the tackle, but keeps the ball alive. Again, plenty of support there for Pontypridd. This is fine work from them. John Evans with a close cropped head now, and it could be 3-on-2, but Steele Lewis cuts back inside, and perhaps it should have been quickly given out to the wing.
Yes, Neelainen was outside Steele Lewis then. He wanted the ball. Good tackle. Steele Lewis dummied, came back inside. So Neelainen was waiting for that ball, but look at that tackle. Dumping him down. That's a heavy tackle.
Laurent Travers, the Brive hooker. Meant for Manez. Well taken as well. And a good drive forward from the Brive 8. They've really gone through the Pontypridd defences. This is dangerous stuff for Pontypridd. Lemaison goes himself, and it's there. It's taken just 3 minutes. Brive's first attack has brought the try, and Christophe Lemaison, the scorer.
Yes, it was that rolling maul, so difficult to defend against. If they'd pulled it down and given the penalty away, perfect platform. And when they do release it, then Lemaison goes through the middle. Pontypridd's been dragged in by that rolling maul. And Lemaison through some not so good tackling by Steele Lewis, an important try early in the game.
Lemaison, the try scorer, to add the 2 points, and it's a fairly simple job. That job well done as well. So a 7-point lead for Brive right at the start of the match.
Yes, it was the rolling maul set this up, and Lemaison had the ball then. Steele Lewis misses him, goes a bit high, but he's a strong man, Lemaison. But Pontypridd must watch this rolling maul. Difficult to defend against when they set it up. They bring in all their players there, then they set it up for the ruck ball there.
Lemaison used the man outside him, Venditti well. David James stuck with his man, and the desperate tackle from Matthew Lloyd in vain. The scrum on the Brive 10-metre line. And it's more solid for Brive that time. Penaud has men running off him. The first is the dummy. The second is the pass. Again to Lemaison. Oh, good hands from Penaud. That's Van der Linden up to halfway. There's plenty of men outside. Lemaison tries to flick it out there, but it's fallen for Venditti. Just gone forward. Actually came off a Pontypridd man, so Pontypridd can think themselves very lucky that time.
Yes, I think Phil Ford touched that ball backwards. There's a let-off because Venditti was through, but the quick ball is so impressive by Brive.
David James half breaks the tackle, but they've lost the ball, and it's Bomati who'd come back to cover. Now is the chance to attack. Does the sensible thing, waits for the help of the forwards to arrive, and Penaud spotted a big gap behind Phil Ford. Didn't quite strike it cleanly, and they like to run from here. Well, they could have run maybe, and possibly should have, because the kick from Phil Ford is far too strong and it's straight out.
Pontypridd are making a lot of mistakes early in this game. Obviously a lot of nerves and tension. David James should have given that ball. There was an overlap on the right, and then Phil Ford kicking that ball out on the full.
We've decided to cut this one, see if they can get a better result. Allegre is the man between the two props at the front. Duboisset, the number 8, at the tail. Allegre wins it cleanly, and Duboisset is the man coming round. So is Travers, the hooker. It's back from Carbonneau to Penaud. Venditti, straight running and taking men with him. What an impressive run that is from the centre. My word, he's won 40 metres, and the pressure again is on. That's Allegre. It was the man that needn't have been there for Brive. There must have been a try on if they'd have just handled it simply. Instead, they'll get a penalty and a shot at goal.
Venditti is so strong there. Look how he stays on his feet. Neil Jenkins is trying to pull him down. They're all coming up behind him, but he's staying on his feet, waiting for support. The tackling of Pontypridd earlier wasn't good enough, but this man is so strong. He's gone, as Gareth said, 40 metres. They're staying on his feet, not going to ground, trying to keep the ball going as long as possible, and then eventually when they pull it down, Pontypridd come offside from the second phase. Very impressive strength by Venditti, the centre.
Christophe Lemaison with a similar shot at goal to where he converted his earlier try. The end result is exactly the same, and after 9 minutes play, Brive are now 10 points to nil ahead.
It was a very nervous start by Pontypridd. They're missing a few tackles, they're missing a few kicks to touch, they're making mistakes. Obviously very nervous.
Pontypridd need to get some points on the board just to settle these early nerves, which are pretty evident. But that's another mistake and another chance. It's Venditti with a hack through. Lemaison with a chase. The two centres up together. Nobody in sight for Pontypridd, but Lemaison can't control it. It flew off his right boot over the dead ball line. A lucky escape for Pontypridd.
Yes, the rugby was too complicated, trying to do switches there. It's just too complicated. The pass was never on for Neil Jenkins there, and as they booted through, it was a let-off. If he had connected with that, it would have been a try.
That's one against the head, and there's a chance for Carbonneau to develop the blind side. A little chip through. Martin Williams is back covering, waits for it to bounce, just goes over the touchline, but had got a little touch on it first, so it is a Brive throw.
Yes, Neil Linen and John Evans not working well together there. You see them talking to each other after the scrum. They were disappointed how Brive pinched this ball. This is perfect ball for Carbonneau, because the opposing back row are stuck down in the scrum, and then he goes off on the blind side. So impressive, this player, when he's on form.